gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Chop It Up alongside the shorter Jimmy Acevedo. I am Eddie Castro, and we have some Major League Baseball news as well as a recap on yesterday's NBA trades. It's going down. Jimmy, what's going on with A-Rod?
I have a whole lot of things to say about A-Rod. Let's just start it off with his handwritten letter that he wrote to the fans and also Major League Baseball about apologizing for what he's done. Go ahead.
Indeed, A-Rod did take the time to write a handwritten letter before he was granted the site of Yankee Stadium to make a public announcement, which he chose to write a handwritten letter. And in the handwritten letter, he wrote to the fans, "I take full responsibility for the mistakes that led to my suspension for the 2014 season. I regret that my actions made the situation worse than it needed to be. To Major League Baseball, the Yankees, and the Steinbrenner family, the Players Association, and you, the fans, I can only say I'm sorry. I accept the fact that many of you will not believe my apology or anything that I say at this point. I understand why, and that's on me. It was gracious of the Yankees to offer me the use of Yankee Stadium for this apology, but I decided that next time I am in Yankee Stadium, I should be in pinstripes doing my job. I served the longest suspension in the history of the league for PED use. The commissioner has said the matter is over. The Players Association has said the same. The Yankees have said the next step is to play baseball. I'm ready to put this chapter behind me and play some ball. This game has been my single biggest passion since I was a teenager. When I go to spring training, I will do everything I can to be the best player and teammate as possible. Earn a spot on the Yankees and help us win. Sincerely, Alex." So when you hear a statement like that, I spoke to a lot of people who has different perspectives about Alex Rodriguez and how they view Alex Rodriguez as far as his legacy. What do you have to say about the matter?
Oh, man. Alright, let's just start off by saying we're not fools here. The only reason he decided not to go to Yankee Stadium and do a public apology was because they will boo him out the stadium. They'll boo him into the shower, out the shower, into the car, probably follow his car to his front lawn and boo him there. We're not stupid. We're not simpletons. We know why he didn't choose to choose Yankee Stadium as a forum to make his public apology. Now, number two, I'm going to give you a situation. Okay. You got a girlfriend, the girlfriend cheats on you. She says, "I'm sorry," you accept her back. Okay. A couple of years later, she gets caught again, cheating.
Right.
She apologizes again.
Right.
What are you going to do?
That's a great analogy. I mean, we've seen this all too far with Alex Rodriguez and his shenanigans since he's landed in pinstripes. He said the same thing a few years ago, and fans such as you and us, because we're New Yorkers, and we've heard it all before. Sometimes the music isn't the same. You have to go to a different beat. And right now, it's just violence that we're hearing from the Alex Rodriguez and the Alex Rodriguez campaign. And quite frankly, people are just sick and tired of it. It's either put up or shut up.
Now, let me tell you, back in 2009, he did a Baseball Tonight interview with Peter Gammons, stating this is the first time he got caught. In that interview, he stated the reason he took those PEDs was because he was scared that he wouldn't live up to the contract that he signed with Texas, which was the largest in baseball history. And he was afraid that he wasn't going to live up to those numbers. That's why he took it, and he apologized. "I'm sorry. I know better now. I learned my lesson." Rewind it back a few years later. Well, fast forward, I should say. I'm sorry. Fast forward it back. You get caught again.
It's just tiring.
I mean, this is laughable. Should I accept the apology again? You knew you got caught in the first place. That's one. And two, you know that you got caught, and you still do it again.
I honestly think that this is a publicity stunt because all season long the Yankees have been portraying as being this Goliath and that Alex Rodriguez is the villain and you can't come here and we don't want you to be doing this and we're not going to pay you this and that. Quite frankly, if George Steinbrenner was alive, none of this would be going on as well. They would have shipped Alex out of here and we would have been talking about playoffs or getting back to a championship caliber team.
100%. Joe Steinbrenner would have ate the, what, he got 90, 80 some odd $1 million left in the contract?
No, it's 3 years, $61 million left.
Steinbrenner would have ate that. George Steinbrenner would have said, you know what? We don't have room for this BS in my clubhouse. It's embarrassing. And on top of that, he sues Major League Baseball.
Right.
You're suing Major League Baseball for the suspension, right?
Right.
But you got caught. You got caught. You got caught doing something illegal, and you're pissed off because of the consequences that you gotta pay? Be a man. Be a man. Eat the suspension. You got caught. Why sue Major League Baseball? That's one. Nobody got to answer this for me. Is A-Rod Hall of Fame worthy? No. I think, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame because that man, those numbers belongs in the hall. Belongs in the hall.
Absolutely.
And you just probably don't. And I never thought another ball player could be in a worse situation than Barry Bonds.
Absolutely.
And right. Everybody just prove me wrong. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. And another thing, I was looking this up. The guy Anthony Bosch, the guy that was injecting A-Rod, giving him gummies. He stated that A-Rod was scared of needles. So he took gummies as another way. Like those little gummy bears, but they had, of course, PEDs in there.
Now, apparently, steroids come in one-day Vitacraves, apparently.
They come in anything now. You can put a damn a nicotine patch lookalike thing right on your skin, and it's just unbelievable, man. It's just a damn shame that Alex Rodriguez gotta represent the state of New York. Playing for a team in the state of New York. It's an embarrassment, and
alright, let's just say this. Okay, if Alex Rodriguez performs, let's say he hits about 270, the days of him hitting 300 are over. The days of him hitting 30 plus home runs are over. But if he can be a guy that can give you 15, 20 home runs, and let's say he'll bat maybe 260, 270, does that shift away the attention that he has called for the offseason?
Not at all. Nobody can forget about this. Because if he continues, even if he hits for average,
right,
hits for 20 to 30 home runs, they're still going to say, it's going to be negative publicity for the New York Yankees. Because they're going to say, how does a guy that wasn't playing baseball for a whole year, a whole season, haven't seen live pitching in a whole season, how do he come back and perform, which is good pretty damn good numbers. The numbers we just stated batting 275 to 300, 20 to 30 home runs. Let's say driving 85 to 100 runs. Right. That's pretty damn good numbers. Yeah. Now, how do you do that when you're out of the league for one full season? Right. Those are the questions people are going to ask. Negative publicity. I don't see no positive coming out of this. Right. I just don't see how it could be. I don't know. I just don't know how you can pick anything out this hat full of negative things. I just can't see.
Well, according to sources from Alex Rodriguez's campaign, Rodriguez is apparently in tremendous shape. But come April, we'll see whether it's with or without the
Everybody's
peace.
in tremendous shape this time of year. Everybody's in. Oh, I'm gonna have the best year of my. How many times we heard that song?
Far too much.
Far too much.
Far too much.
At the end of the day, the moral of the story: A fraud. You got caught not once, twice. You expect people to feel sorry for you. You expect people to accept your apology and sympathize with you. Nah, man. When you're a grown man, you know what's right and wrong.
Right.
And it's just a damn shame. This is nonsense.
Well, there is an old saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. And we'll have to see how it unfolds this
Fool me
year
3
for
times,
Alex
put a bullet in my
Rodriguez
head.
in pinstripes come April. Okay, enough about the whole A-Fraud thing.
NBA
What
trades.
we got going on?
NBA trades. Somebody's going. Who said you can't go back home? Who said? Look at that. See, my pen dropped. All live. This is all live. We're not taking this out.
Well,
Who said you can't go back home?
it is official. After several seasons playing with the Timberwolves, former Brooklyn Nets power forward Kevin Garnett is returning home. And a deal struck by the Brooklyn Nets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Brooklyn will receive youngster Thaddeus Young in exchange for the ageless one, Kevin Garnett, who will be returning to where it all started when he was drafted number 5 overall in 1995
Out of high school
by the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it is apparent that because Garnett waived his no-trade clause to accept the trade to return to Minnesota, it is apparent that this will be his 20th and final season in the NBA. Excuse me.
It's a perfect ending to a fantastic, great Hall of Fame career. You see them with Allen Iverson. Went back home. Put a period to a Hall of Fame career.
Right.
Kevin Garnett, who is the ultimate team competitor. You hate him if he's not on your squad, but you love him if he's on your squad. That's the kind of player he is.
Definitely a resilient competitor.
One of a kind.
Definitely a resilient competitor. He gets under your skin, but you love him as a teammate. Kevin Garnett won the MVP in 2004 with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it has been almost 8 years since Kevin Garnett has left. And what do you know? It's the last time the Minnesota Timberwolves made the playoffs. So maybe
Playoffs?
he can be. You say playoffs?
Playoffs, yeah.
Jim Mora.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay. Now we all know that this is not for championship. This is just for
Morale.
Garnett to end his career the right way, and to help youngsters like Andrew Wiggins and my guy Zach LaVine. So, other than that, what trades went on?
We have Reggie Jackson, who went from Oklahoma City to Detroit.
Now, earlier in the day, it was reported that the Brooklyn Nets and Oklahoma City Thunder were in serious talks regarding Reggie Jackson, who has made it clear that he wanted out of Oklahoma City as he pursued a starting role with the team. But we all know that's not going to happen with Russell Westbrook at the helm. So Reggie Jackson, the proposed trade for Reggie Jackson to Brooklyn was going to be a swap between Reggie Jackson coming to Brooklyn and former All-Star center Brook Lopez going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But that trade has died, obviously, with Reggie Jackson agreeing to terms to go to Detroit.
I think let's just say if they would have pulled the trigger on the Brook Lopez for Reggie Jackson, that's that kind of deal where it's a swing, you hit a home run, or you swing and you hit a ground ball double play, or you even swing and miss.
Right.
All right, to find a dominant scoring prolific big man in the NBA is hard. That's Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez could give you 20 and 10 on a nightly basis.
Absolutely.
On a nightly basis. And so, which means he's proven. Then you go to Reggie Jackson. Came off the bench his whole career. I mean, and he's entering free agency after the season. So who knows that you just gave up Brook Lopez, who has a friendly contract for any organization in the NBA. You gave that up for half a mid-season rental, basically. You don't know if he's gonna re-sign with you guys. And for the numbers that he was asking for, I don't see Brooklyn giving him $14 million a year. So we're talking numbers of $70 to $80 million for Reggie Jackson, who isn't proven yet.
It's been reported that Reggie Jackson's agent will seek come this summer on a contract for Reggie Jackson in the range of $14 million per year.
I don't. You see, I want to get. He's an unproven. Reggie Jackson is a fantastic player, man. He got so much good potential. The ceiling is up here with him. Like if you would have asked me, would I pull the trade on that trade? Brook Lopez injury prone, Reggie Jackson unproven. I don't know, since me being the GM, Billy King, right? Me being Billy King,
right.
I would have probably did the trade. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we tried the recipe of D. Will, Joe Johnson, Brook Lopez. The farthest we got was first round of the playoffs, right? They never got past the first round, did they?
No, I think they did I think they made it in the second round. They
did with Jason Kidd.
Yeah. With Jason Kidd at the helm.
Yes.
And they lost to Miami, I believe, after defeating Chicago in the 7-game series.
Yes. That's as far as they got. Obviously, the experiment didn't work. So just to bring some new, fresh blood into the pot, I would have probably pulled the trigger on that trade and negotiated a way fairer deal with Reggie Jackson, because I don't think Reggie Jackson isn't proven to earn $14 million a year. That's my personal opinion. And yeah, so, but that's not the only trade that went down today. Actually,
yeah, well,
we have Gordon Dragic.
A very under the radar point guard, is heading to Miami, and Miami finally gets that void in the point guard position that they've been looking for quite some time. And he'll join a lineup that will feature Dwayne Wade.
Don't forget his brother.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Zoran Dragic as well. So you have Dwayne Wade. You have Hassan Whiteside, who has been like the Jeremy Lin this year. What's going on with him? He's averaging 20 points, 20 rebounds a game. So they have
Hassan Sanity.
So they have a pretty good solid lineup alongside with Lou Aldane.
Yeah.
So with that acquisition with Dragic, does Miami make the playoffs?
I think Miami make the playoffs without him. I don't think anything changes for Miami. They're not gonna go far without him. They're not gonna go far with him. He's not that impact player that they need to just put him across that finish line. Dwayne Wade he's aging. He's aging.
Yeah.
It's winding down. His career is winding down for D Wade, you know, and yeah, I wouldn't. That trade, I mean, it's okay trade, you know, but it's not a difference maker if you would ask me. I don't think so.
Right.
But in my opinion, the biggest trade of the day, Michael Carter Williams to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, this is last year's Rookie of the Year.
Right?
And I don't know why the Sixers did this. Maybe because they're trying to change and switch things up a little bit from all the losing seasons. But as an organization that's struggling, what you want to do is build your roster with young, elite players.
Absolutely. Well,
and that's what Michael Carter Williams was that.
Right. Well, there was a report that, and this is not true, this is just a report, that Michael Carter Williams was unhappy with the direction the franchise was going, and it all of a sudden created a friction between the locker room. So Philadelphia unloaded him and unloaded him to Milwaukee, who have gotten a good point guard alongside John Henson. And let's not forget, even though Jabari Parker is hurt, Jabari Parker is a sensational player. And you have Jabari Parker and MCW together on the front court is going to be unbelievable with the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Don't forget OJ Mayo with his threes.
That's right.
You know, it's
Milwaukee
gonna be back on the map. Last time Milwaukee was on the map was when Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, and the big dog
Jerome. What's his name?
No, not the junkyard dog.
Not the junkyard dog.
Not the junkyard
Glenn
dog.
Robinson.
Glenn Robinson.
The big dog. There
Glenn
you go.
Big Dog Robinson, man. That's the last time Milwaukee was on the map. So let's see if this three next year can put them back on that map. And they're young, energetic. Sky's the limit.
And you have a young coach in Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd at the helm as a GM and a coach. Hey,
sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for Milwaukee, and they're looking very playoff-ish as we head towards the second half of the season. So wrap it up. The NBA will be back for the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks. Brooklyn will be in Hollywood to visit the Lakers. That game is 10:30 start. And the New York Knicks will welcome in the Miami Heat with new acquisition Dragic, as that game will tip off at 7:30. So that'll do it all for us for this week.
Wait, hold on. Make sure if you like what you see, please like the video.
Subscribe to
the page. We will appreciate it.
What are you waiting for? Subscribe to the page.
Yes, please do. And thank you. Thanks for watching. I ain't got my pen for my occasional throw, but I'm gonna use paper. I'll see y'all next week. Be good.
The shooter, Jimmy Azevedo, Eddie Castro. Stay fun, New York.
Latest.